a regular season.
Chargers come out.
Boys, we got it! Yeah! Yeah, let's go!
Yeah!
What's up?
Let's go!
Okay,
Wait,
go
your team out
whenever.
here first. No, your team has to go first.
It is out.
They did.
Oh, they are?
Wait,
oh, I
Garza
didn't know.
QB?
All
Yeah,
right.
and who's just trying to shoot us?
Wide
Who's
receiver,
that over there in
middle
the stands?
linebacker.
Hold
We have
on,
the first
Is that
round
Jurix?
pick, Butter Blanket. Yeah, MVP.
Chargers!
MVP.
Yeah!
Today at quarterback
Look,
Wait,
and
ready?
cornerback, we have
Yeah, he's over there
Tar. Yeah. At cornerback
Tar,
and
are you
receiver,
the,
we have
what's his name? Are
Schiller.
you the QB?
And that middle
Ex-Charger,
linebacker, we
get off
have
the field.
Ben that has
Hey,
no
are you the
eyeballs. Yeah.
Over there shooting.
Tails. Alright.
I don't
It
think
It's gonna be
is.
tails. Right.
It's heads.
Never mind.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
down, sit, hut.
It's, we need this first. Thank you.
Let's go, gamer!
Let's go, gamer! Gamer!
Bring it home, bring it home, bring it home. Body block, Freddy.
I can't.
One.
Let's go, you still got it.
Bro, say fucking hike.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Oh my god.
Ah, touchdown.
Maybe if y'all were all the way over there. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Bro!
down, sit, hut.
Thank you. Let's go, Fenix.
One hit.
Thank God.
They're doing 7-11.
Fenix, behind you.
No
What?
hits. One.
Gamer!
Damn,
Oh my
that's a touchdown.
God. Gamer
Okay.
got burned!
It's good.
Quarter.
Alright.
Alright, down, sit, hut.
Let's go! Damn, Gina. Okay, we won't.
Oh, alright.
They're gonna get it. Okay.
It's our team!
Get
Chiller
Chiller.
has it.
One.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Oh shit! Gamer, go! Go, Gamer! Let's go, Gamer!
Let's go!
Okay, run Freddy, run Freddy, run Freddy, run
Nice.
Freddy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Freddy.
I mean,
Bruh.
that was probably the easiest touchdown all day.
Let's go, Freddy.
Freddy, get in! What's the time?
Are you yelling at
Jux,
Albert?
what's the time? Okay, let that in.
Time. 40 seconds.
Okay, that
It's ending
should
up.
stop on.
Are you ready, Goober?
Yeah.
Alright, Butters, you guys lost by 1 point and now have to go against the Bucks to get into the Super Bowl. How are you feeling about that?
I still think we have a good chance about beating the Bucks, but like, you know, tough loss. Really, I was the only one that did anything.
You're not happy with how your team played today?
No. Everybody had like an IQ below 3.
Do you think the other team did better, or was it just your team was doing very sucky?
I think the other team was pretty good. They all played like They all played a complete game. My team didn't really do anything. Tar would throw the ball when it was supposed to be a handoff, and really I think that's what lost the game is that one handoff when we were in the red zone, and he threw it right at Gamer instead of handing it off. Yeah.
And how do you feel about going the Bucks instead of the Vikings? Do you think you have
I feel
a bad chance of getting into the Super Bowl, or it's still good?
I still think we have a good chance. Bucks, I mean, we beat them by I think 2 scores last time. Pretty good game. Vikings obviously pretty much was a free win to the free ticket to the Super Bowl.
Alright.
I mean now
That's all my questions. Good luck against the Bucks, man. Alright, this is Fitzy Poo of the Denver Broncos.
up,
As you know,
gamers?
your team just lost by 1 point, and now you're going against the Bucks to get into the Super Bowl. How are you feeling about all of that?
Well, I mean, I'm not our team did, like, after the half, we came out, Tar kind of messed up that handoff and threw it for some reason, and that's kind of what killed us. I feel like if we got that touchdown, we would have been up But it was a close win. Every time we play them, it's always very close, so I'm not disappointed. We played the best team in the league and stopped them. So I feel like when we play the Buccaneers at home to end off our last home game of the season, I feel like we can get that win again as we did last time. We'll be close though.
And because of this loss, do you think you have worse chances of getting your players to sign contracts? Since Butter had some pretty strong feelings about his team
Well, he's
not
already
doing
signed,
good.
so it's fine. He knows. I agree with him. Some people, but we gotta give props. Like Tar never played quarterback, and we literally were just 1 point under. Mistakes happen. I'm fine. I was fine to play the Bucks, but I would have liked the Vikings because they're easier. But I'm fine with the Bucks either way.
And do you have anything to say to the Buccaneers?
Just get ready. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but for a quarterback, but we'll just get ready for us.
All right. Thank you, Fitz. You may now leave. Chiller, your team just lost by 1 point to verse the Vikings for the pre-Super Bowl game. How are you feeling about that?
Kind of disappointing, but we could do better, I believe, and it's all about teamwork right now.
Do you think any particular players on your team did bad, or you all tried your best?
We all tried our best.
All right. And so you're going against the Buccaneers. How do you feel about that?
Feel
Do
pretty
you
good
think-
because we won our first game. We lost our first game, but we won our second game with the Buccaneers, so I feel pretty good about that.
All right. And do you have anything to say to the Buccaneers?
You're gonna lose.
All right. Thank you, Chiller. That's Chiller of the Denver Broncos. Now, let's see who's next. So this is Spen of the Denver Broncos. As you know, they just lost by 1 point to the Chargers. How are you feeling about that?
Not very good. Probably gonna cry tonight.
Because of this loss, do you have any doubt about staying with the Broncos, or do you think everyone did their best and it was just the Chargers are better than you?
I think that we all did our best. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. Sorry. Basically, yeah.
All right. And as you know, you're going against the Buccaneers. Do you think you have a good chance of beating them?
No.
Alright, thank you, Spen, for representing the black community in the MFL. You may go now.
Black Lives Matter.
Be quiet for this interview. Alright, ready, Goob?
Yes.
Alright. Hi, Phoenix, my name is Hitler. I work with the Disney News Channel. As you know, you just beat the Denver Broncos by 1 point and are now going against the Vikings. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good because, I mean, well, first off, to start this interview, I just want to say I'm a big fan of you, and I think whoever killed Hitler is a hero. But anyway, I think it feels pretty good because we're in the playoffs, seed number 1 going against seed number 4, the Vikings, which shouldn't be that tough, but you never know with them. They're wishy-washy, and yeah.
And I have 2 more questions. One of them is, do you think after seeing this game you have a good chance to win the Super Bowl and just...
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't do so hot this game. I had a couple incomplete passes. I don't usually do that bad. But I think we have a good chance. We've only lost week 1 and now we have a 6-win streak. So
Alright. And actually I have another question now that I think about it, but my last one is, do you have anything to say to the Vikings as you're going against them very soon?
good luck. Yeah, just good luck.
Alright, and finally, my last question. After this game, do you think you have a good chance of becoming MVP of the entire year?
After this game, I mean, I don't think me or Butter did so hot this game, but I don't know. Maybe.
Alright. Thank you, FedEx Skills 3. That is alright.
Okay,
Ready,
go.
Goob?
Yes.
All right. Hello, Freddy, aka Sing Clapper. Your team, the Los Angeles Chargers, just beat the Denver Broncos
Alright, shut up.
by 1 point. How do you feel about this game?
I mean, I felt pretty good. Because they were a good team, to be honest. But it was annoying how they kept running plays and not passing. But, like, no offense to Tar, but, like, we know you're bad at passing, okay?
All right. And by beating so now you're going against the Vikings, obviously. How do you feel about that? Do you think you have a good chance of getting to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, maybe. Because usually we would beat the other team. But if we don't, then that's heartbreaking. That's sad for our team.
And as you know, you're representing the entire homosexual community for this. Do you
No,
have
you
anything
are.
to say to them?
No, Jerick, shut up. That's
All
why.
right,
That's
thank
why,
you, Sing Clapper. You may now leave. Alright, so, Gamer, the Los Angeles Chargers just beat the Denver Broncos by 1 point. And it was a very close game, as you know. How do you feel about that?
I felt really good about this game. We did really good in the game. We played a very good team.
And, now that you're going against the Vikings for the pre-Super Bowl game, do you think you're gonna get into the Super Bowl, or do you think it's still gonna be a challenge?
I feel like it's still going to be a challenge because that team's like a team that you don't really know what's going to happen.
Alright. And, my last question. Based on this game, do you think you now have a chance to become MVP of the entire league?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Alright. Thank you, Gamer King Little. That is the Disney News Network. We just